What is up, guys? Welcome back to another video, and in today's video I'll be showing you how you can win the challenge easily with 0 losses. I won this challenge on both of my accounts with 0 losses. Both of them have 0 losses, so this challenge is pretty easy if you do the correct comps and you play decently. So without wasting your time, let me get into the strategies, and feel free to skip through the video to get to whatever stage you're on. So starting off is stage 1. Now stage 1 should be the easiest stage out of all of them, as it is the beginning of the challenge. So it will not be that hard to complete, and you should complete it with ease. Now the best strategy in my opinion for this map is to have a Rico, a Mo, and a Meg. Now Rico is really good to keep control of one lane. Mo is really good to just keep control of the other lane. And Meg should be playing in the middle. So whoever's going Meg, he should be the one that's going to control the middle lane. And then Rico should probably control the right lane, and Mo should stay in the left lane. And this will guarantee you an easy victory if you do it right. Now, if no one has Meg on your team, a good replacement can be either 8-Bit or Gale. Now, another thing is you want the Meg to only be collecting the gems, as if she does get attacked by like an Edgar or something, then she does have that star power which does do damage. Now, stage 2 is also pretty easy. You just need to have decent aim to be able to complete the challenge. Now, if your aim is pretty bad, then consider going brawlers like Spike and Crow. Otherwise, the comp that I would suggest for you guys to be playing for stage number 2 is Nani, Belle, and Brock. So you want to have either a Brock or a Colt to destroy the walls if there is a thrower on the enemy team. And I would suggest for either Brock or Colt to take the left lane. So for Belle, I would suggest Belle to take the middle lane. You can replace Belle with Spike if you do not know how to aim properly, or if you're not good with aiming, then maybe you should go Spike instead of Belle. And that should basically be the middle lane. And for the right lane, either Nani or Crow. So if someone is playing Nani or Crow, they should take the right lane. And that should pretty much give you an easy win if you do play correctly and you don't mess up. That should easily give you the win and make you complete stage 2. Also, here's the build for that stage. Now, stage number 3 should also be pretty easy, since it is kind of a cheese map. So, the proper comps that I would suggest for you guys to go is Chuck, Brock, and Jesse. Now, you kind of want to stick to the classics. That's why I picked Jesse and Brock. And Chuck is just going to be there to just do the damage to the safe and to finish the safe off. So, Chuck wants to take the left lane. And basically what you want to do is place your poles like this, how I'm doing in the video. So you want to place the poles like this, and that will basically allow you to easily get to the safe. So the person that's playing Chuck has to play a bit more aggressive so he can go and put those poles on the safe. But Jesse and Brock wants to play more defensive. So you want either Jesse or Brock to go in the middle lane, and one of them can go to the right lane where there is the lake and shoot where the lake is basically, and just you're basically gonna pressure enemies to not allow them to go to your position. Now the main point of the comp is basically for you to play more defensive and for Chuck to play more aggressive. So the reason you want Jesse and Brock to play defensive is so Chuck can just keep on supering, and when you're playing defensive, you're not allowing the enemy team to go to your safe. And what this does is basically they cannot really do anything since you're playing really defensive. And then there's Chuck that can keep on playing aggressive since he has that super. Now, of course, if you did kill all the enemies, then your teammates should go and push the safe. But when they keep on respawning, you should be heading back to your position and just play defensive and not allow the enemy's team to get to your safe. Now, be careful because there are some counters to Chuck, like Cordelius and Sprout. Sprout can use a super to block Chuck's dash, and Cordelius can put Chuck in the Shadow Realm, which just cancels the dash. So yeah, be careful of those brawlers, and if they are in your match, you kind of want to focus on killing them first, so you can allow Chuck to keep on supering and doing damage to the heist. Now, another scenario that I can think of is if the enemy team does have a Melody. So if the enemy team does have a Melody, try not to let her charge on you, because if she does hit you 4 times, she gets her super. And this can cause problems because you're going to have to push back, and that will allow the enemy team to just push you completely. So try not to charge Melody's super, so she doesn't cause problems and you can easily win. Another thing is, if someone doesn't have Chuck, you can easily replace Chuck with Melody. So yeah. Also, here's the builds for all the brawlers, and yeah. Now, the last stage is stage 4. Now, if you're watching this video and you're watching this part, you probably completed stage 4, or you're just curious and checking out the comps. Now, if you did complete all the other stages, congratulations. You can do it, you're really close to getting that skin. Now, this stage is actually pretty easy because I will tell you what I saw, and go brawlers that counter the enemy's team brawlers, and yeah, let's get into it. So, the comp that I would suggest for this map is Brock, Buster, and any brawler that is long range. So the best one I would suggest is probably either Byron, Nani, Piper, Belle, Mandy, whoever you're most comfortable with. Now, the reason you want to play Brock is to break the wall like I did in the gameplay. And the reason you want to break that wall is because if you do not have that wall open, you're basically going to get cornered, and that's not good. Having that wall open allows you to push back and heal up and go back into battle. Because if you do not have that wall open, as I said before, you're going to get cornered and you're going to die, as you cannot escape back. Now, since you have that wall open, you basically have 2 escape entrances, and this will allow you to just escape the battle if you are low on health. Now, the reason you want to go Buster is because I noticed on the enemy team, there is a lot of players that play either Edgar, Lily, or Kenji. Now, if you play Buster, you can counter all of those brawlers. How, you may be asking? And that is because of his gadget. Now, that gadget, what it does, it basically pulls the enemies, and for like 1 second, the enemy team cannot do anything. It's kind of like a Frank stun if you can think about it that way. Basically, for 1 second, they can't do nothing. And that allows you to easily kill the enemy and just cancel out what they're doing. For example, Kenji, you can easily counter him, and you outrange him a bit. So that's why Buster is so good here. Another thing is his super. His super is really good to deal with long range brawlers. And what that will allow you is to gain positioning, since you can go ahead and push the enemies. And yeah, for the last brawler, that brawler is any long range brawler. And you just want that brawler to kind of just play aggressive. Now, the brawler on my team was Byron. Since Byron is really good, he can heal up Buster and also be a long range brawler. So yeah, you can basically go any long range brawlers. And yeah, this is the builds for the comp that I went. Now, this is a showcase of the skin. As you can see, it's pretty cool. And if you're watching the video still, you probably completed the challenge. So congratulations and good job. Now, if this video helped you out and you enjoyed the video, consider leaving a like and subscribing, as it does help me out and it helps me grow as a creator. So yeah, thank you guys for watching this video. I really appreciate it, and have a good day, and bye bye.